guys, so these are what my teeth look like with my trays. Oh gosh, the struggles. Let me see if I can do it this way. Hey guys, it's Ifewa. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I know it's been a while, so I just wanted to say Happy New Year. I hope you guys all had a great New Year's, a great Christmas, as great as possible given the circumstances, obviously. But yeah, I'm back with a new video. I don't know if you've been able to notice anything different, but if I have a little bit of a lisp, it's because I finally started Invisalign. If you guys watched my digital vision board video from last year, I had put on there that I wanted to get Invisalign. So I've been wanting to get Invisalign for at least 2 years, maybe 3 now. And it's been a really long process. So I am so excited to finally have started. Like, you guys don't even understand. The main reason I've been wanting to get Invisalign is because one of my front teeth, I think it's this one, I always like mix them up, is crooked. And it's growing at like a 45-degree angle and affecting all the other teeth on this side of my mouth. I've always had a gap for as long as I can remember. And I remember when I was younger, I would get a toothpick and kind of like go like that in my gap and make it wider. Don't ask me why. Like, being a child is just, you just do dumb things. I've always had a gap, but as far as I can remember, my gap has always been straight. And that somewhere along the line, my gap started to go like that. And it was causing a bit of crowding on this side. And I personally love my gap, but I didn't like the fact that my teeth were growing like that. And I had noticed it getting worse and worse over the years, and I'd spoken to a few different dentists, and they basically all explained to me that, you know, gaps are not stable. For most people that even have gaps where their teeth are straight, over time they will widen. So most likely over time, my gap would continue to go like that. And obviously I didn't like that. And I kind of found myself becoming more subconscious. I would find myself not wanting to smile, which is really weird because I smile all the time when I'm just talking naturally. So I first decided to have a consultation on Invisalign back when I lived in Nigeria. And the prices for Invisalign 2-3 years ago were stupid. Like millions and millions and millions of naira. I was not willing to pay that. Traditional braces were a lot cheaper then, and I think the cheapest quote I had received for braces at that time, I want to say were maybe 1 million naira. It just felt like a lot for me to spend because, again, I didn't really want braces. So I was like, I don't want to spend 1 million naira on a solution that I don't even really want. I want Invisalign, but I don't want to spend 2-3 million on that on Invisalign. So I started to do research into how much it cost abroad. So it was significantly cheaper here in the UK. So I made up my mind that I would try and get Invisalign while I was living in Nigeria. And it was a bit dumb because a lot of dentists back then were saying, you know, we need to be able to see you every 4 to 8 weeks. How's that going to work? Anyway, really long story, it didn't work out. I had kind of narrowed it down to who I wanted to get it done with. I had all my scans and everything, and they said, you know, we can't do any orthodontic treatment on you right now because your general dentistry is really bad. And they were trying to sell me over 4 grand worth of dentistry work before I could even get my Invisalign. I was so upset. So I took that plan that they gave me back home to Nigeria, and I had my dentist do all the work that I needed to get done for literally like a fifth of the price, maybe even less than that. And a lot of the work that they had actually recommended, my personal dentist said that I did not need. And then I moved here in 2019, so I thought, okay, let me try again. I've had all this dentistry work. So when I came back in 2019, I went to that same clinic. They do another repeat scan and say, oh wow, you know, are you sure you've had all this work done? Because your teeth are so bad. You need like another 3 grand worth of dentistry work. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I think you guys are the problem. And at this point, I had been to several dentists, and they were the only people that were insisting I needed all this work done. So anyway, I took their plan again. I said, you know what, I'm going to get this work done on the NHS because yes, I am entitled to that now. So I'm registered with my local dentist and I gave them the plan and they did their own x-rays and everything and said, you know what, you don't need all this work. You need one filling and one root canal and we can do that for you. So I started the treatment and this was back in February of 2020. Of course, you guys already know what happened after that. COVID hit. So I was never able to complete my treatment. So I was never able to get Invisalign. I had to wait until the dentist opened again. And I finally was able to complete my filling and the root canal treatment to the point where my dentist gave me the sign off to get Invisalign. Oh my God, thank you. I had seen another 3 dentists again in 2020 when I had got the go ahead to get Invisalign. Been searching so much for Invisalign dentists that the Instagram algorithm came through and recommended this company called Clear Braces Direct. They had amazing reviews on Trustpilot and amazing reviews on Google. And they were also extremely affordable. So at this point, Clear Braces Direct was A, the most affordable that I had seen, B, the only people that could get me to actually start Invisalign this side of the year, because all the other dentists were telling me that it would be like a 8 to 12 week wait. And I just really liked the way they worked. So I went in, I think in November for a consultation. And they had their office in Fleet Street. And during that consultation, it was completely free. And they did a complete scan of my teeth. And then I had to wait for 2 more weeks to get my treatment plan. So 2 weeks came, I did get my treatment plan. I'm here anxiously waiting. So I followed up with them on Instagram, like, hi, I have my consultation. I haven't heard anything back. And then I got a response literally like 2 hours later from Dr. Graham Tinkler. I think he's the owner of Clear Braces Direct. And he sent me this video. It was a personalized video of him literally going through my scans, telling me exactly what my treatment will look like, how long it'll take. I might put a clip of that in here because I was really taken aback.
Oh, it's Dr. Tinkler here from Clear Braces Direct. Sorry it's taken us a little while to get this video back for you, but let me just break this down for you. So the good news is we should be able to do this as what we call a light. So a light is up to 14 aligners. Anything over 14 aligners is classed as a comprehensive. So obviously if we can do this as a light, that's great because it really helps keep the cost down. The other good bit of news is we're not planning on putting any attachments on the teeth. But let me just break this down in terms of the movement. So these are the uppers. And this is where we want them to be. So orthodontics is about alignment and getting this nice sort of arch form. If we then look at the lowers from the same view, this is where they are at the moment. This is where we want them to be. So 14 sets, 14 weeks, that's about 4 months. If you look from the front, this is where they are at the moment. This is where we want them to be, or rather here. So one thing to bear in mind is, the edges might be a little bit uneven. Because they've been in this position for a while, there's a tendency for them to wear in an uneven way. So when you get to set number 14, you'll need to come and see me and we can maybe smooth, polish the edges there a little bit. If we look at the lowers, like I say, you might be wanting to smooth and polish the edges there. Again, they've been sat up in the air like this for a while, so there's a tendency for them to wear a bit uneven. Once we are happy with the position, we've tidied the edges up and you've done the whitening. In terms of retainers, you'll always get a nighttime retainer. Another option is to do what's called a fixed retainer, which is a little wire we can fit along the back of usually these 6 teeth on the top, or it could be these 4, but definitely these 2. The further you move the teeth, the quicker they want to try and spring back again. It's like the bone is elastic, so it's a bit like coiling a spring. So just to have a little band on these 2 would stop them from wanting to open up again, but you'd still get the nighttime retainer to wear over the top. So it's not a case of do you have a fixed retainer or do you have a nighttime retainer? It's one or both.
And the really cool part about the whole video was at the end you could see my before and after of my smile, which I thought was really cool.
Just to give you a bit of an idea as to your new smile, so you can see how you'll see more teeth at the sides. Close that gap up. It's going to it's going to look amazing. It's going to make such a difference.
Obviously it's photoshopped and it's completely different than what I'll probably look like in real life. But I just thought that was really cool because one thing I had really gone back and forth with was whether I wanted to close my gap because I didn't know how different I would look without a gap. I had a question about, again, whether I wanted to close my gap or not, because that was my main thing that I kind of went back and forth with like over all these years. And the one way that he explained it to me that I thought was really cool was he basically said that it's up to me whether I want to close my gap or not, but he recommends that I close my gap because gaps are really unstable. And so I will need to have a fixed retainer at the end of my treatment, which is basically a piece of wire that goes on the inside of my teeth to bond them together. My teeth will most likely end up shifting again if I don't have a fixed retainer. And I can't get a fixed retainer if I have a gap in my teeth. So I'm getting a fixed retainer, so I'm closing my gap. Obviously, if I end up closing my gap and I absolutely hate it, I don't know if I'll do a Madonna and have them shaped in between my teeth, or maybe I will just stop wearing my retainer and let my teeth naturally go back to where they want to be. I don't know, but maybe I'll really like it. So we'll see how it goes. I'm documenting my whole Invisalign journey on my Instagram, and seeing people's reaction to me wanting to close my gap is just really funny and a little bit weird to me. Like, why don't you like your gap? And I'm like, I never said I didn't like my gap. I've just made the decision to straighten my teeth, and unfortunately it's just a consequence of me trying to straighten my teeth. But anyway, I decided to go with Clear Braces Direct because they were offering prices that in my opinion were very competitive, and you get the actual Invisalign brand. Full transparency, I am not being sponsored or paid to do any of this. They don't know about this, I wish, because it cost me $2,000. I am on Invisalign Lite, if anyone is interested. Invisalign has 3 different levels, so you can do Invisalign i7, which is when you just get 7 trays for very minor corrections. Or you can do Invisalign Lite, where you get up to 14 trays for, I guess, moderate corrections. And then they have Invisalign Comprehensive, where you get more than 14 trays, and that's for people that have more complex issues. So I have been recommended to do i7 by one dentist, which was weird, but most dentists have offered me Invisalign Lite. So did Clear Braces Direct, so I went with Invisalign Lite, and they charged $1,995. And that excludes all retainers, but it does include whitening and teeth contouring at the end. But basically, this is what I got. All my trays in here. And then this is my case. And it has the Clear Braces Direct sticker on it. I've never had to use this because, as you guys know, or you might not know, London, we've basically been on lockdown pretty much since November, just different degrees of lockdown. But yeah, we're back on a full national lockdown, so I don't need to go anywhere. So I don't need to transport my trays, so it just stays in here. This is pretty much what your trays look like. I will come closer and show you guys. These are my week 1 trays, and they're already a little bit yellow, to be honest, because they do yellow a bit. But yeah, you can see it's just really thin plastic, and they're molded directly to your teeth. I'm assuming if you've watched any Invisalign videos, you've seen these already, but just in case you haven't, and I have one for my upper teeth. You can see how crooked my teeth are, if it'll focus. There you go. So that's literally where we are. I am currently on week 2, so I just switched my trays out. My first set of trays did not hurt at all. It was just a very light pressure. This set of trays hurts. It's obviously tighter than the last one. So I switched them out at night because I had heard that that's a lot easier to do. So I switched them out at night, and I took a paracetamol last night because they were that tight. I woke up this morning and it's still a little bit tight, but I feel a lot better. I'm able to eat okay and talk okay. It just takes some getting used to. Also got some chewies. I forgot to show you that. That's all that came in my kit. Oh, and some whitening gel. Gosh, I'm all over the place. So things that people do not tell you about Invisalign. These are things that I had never heard anywhere, and I've watched so many Invisalign videos. So Invisalign makes your mouth really dry. I don't know why. I have to put chapstick on my lips literally every 30 minutes. It feels like that. I'm constantly thirsty, like even right now, I need something to drink. And that's just something that I had never heard before. When you take your trays out to eat anything, your teeth just feel really sensitive. And for the first like 20 minutes, I find it really difficult to eat. So sometimes I kind of just give myself like a 20-minute buffer to let my teeth kind of loosen up a bit. Invisalign gives you like a plasticky taste in your mouth. So even when your trays are out, like your tongue still has like a... Okay guys, so these are what my teeth look like with my trays. I think I might take them out so you can see. Ah, that hurt. Ooh, these ones are really tight. That hurts right there. This is what my teeth look like. This one hurts really bad. Okay, well since these are out, I don't think I'm gonna put them in for the rest of my video. I'll just put them on this little thing. Okay, so I had to go get the door in case the positioning's changed, but it's good because I was able to show you the close-up of my teeth. Ooh, that tooth actually hurts. So let's talk a little bit about the metallic-y taste. Another thing as well, when you have your trays in, my trays don't have buttons, which is great because you can barely see them, but they do have these like indentations on the inside. Oh, it's really hard to show you guys, but there are like little buttons. It's not, ooh, there you go. You can kind of see like that little button right there. So my buttons are like on the inside. Cool story, bro. So it seems like it's on this teeth actually. And this one. Anyway, it's on a few of my teeth and I always play with them and it actually hurts my tongue. But it's one of those like subconscious things that you just can't stop yourself from doing. So those really are the things that I had never heard anyone say before. So maybe it doesn't affect everyone, but it affects me. In terms of like how I keep my trays clean, best practices, things like that. I think I will talk about all of that in my next update because I'm planning on updating you guys on this journey. I have 14 trays and I'm literally just on my second tray, so I'm going to find a way to kind of split all this up. But I really just wanted to tell you guys about why I got Invisalign, how I picked my provider, and what my first week has been like so far. Hopefully it's not too rambly. Hopefully you found it interesting. In the next video, I will talk a little bit more about how my journey is going, and I will show you guys all the extra stuff that came with my Invisalign. We get this little cool scan box thing that we use to communicate with our dentist on a weekly basis. So I'll show you guys that in my next video, along with my whitening gel and my chewies and all that other interesting stuff. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are interested in seeing more Invisalign updates, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share it with someone if you found this useful. I know I'm not the most consistent YouTuber, but I promise I do not take you guys for granted. I really enjoy making videos. I just have a lot going on and it's hard to be as consistent as I would like to be. Is that the truth? I probably don't have that much going on, to be honest. And I probably could be more consistent. But it's just hard. It's hard. So bear with me, guys. I'm going to film another video right after this one, which will be about my 2021 planner. But I'm hoping that I can get back into the swing of things and update you guys more frequently on things that are going on with me. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys very soon with another one. Stay blessed, stay safe, and take care.